He's coming towards me.
She's a brilliant forensic anthropologist.
Not in Chechnya. Chechnya?
Chechnya.
All right, not in Chechnya. He spent. Not in Chechnya. He said he spent most of her past.
It's the end of the day. I had a couple pops in my trailer. Sorry. Sorry, heart Hanson.
What Happened to Bones casts David Boreanaz and stars with tragic lives in 2026. Bones debuted back in 2005 and very quickly found its place as one to the Becht with more Ganges, premier crime dramas. Effortlessly mixing complex forensic science with a bit of sharp wit, the show centered on the iconic partnership between the brilliant Dr. Temperance Brennan and federal agent Seeley Booth. With its captivating blend of dark and truly chilling mysteries, deep emotional arcs, and years of meaningful character growth for the entire team, the show kept fans coming back for 12 seasons. Today, people still rewatch the best investigations, while staying curious about how the main cast has changed over the years. Which career paths did Emily Deschanel, David Boreanaz, and the rest of the lab crew follow after the series reached its end? How have their careers, personal lives, and overall looks evolved since those early days of hunting killers on Bones? Take a walk down memory lane with us to see the cast then and now, as we celebrate the enduring legacy of this incredibly popular crime drama series. The actor David Paul Boreanaz, born on May 16, 1969, in Buffalo, New York. He really proved he was a total titan of television drama through his magnetic role as the charming FBI agent Seeley Booth in the long-running hit drama series Bones. He handled the pressure with a calculated and very cool sense of total detachment. Every sharp look and short comment was full of meaning, making him a very tense part of the whole story. Sadly, Miguel Ferrer departed this life at exactly 61. His role is often remembered for that flashy and iconic cocky belt buckle, his strong Catholic faith, and his knack for trusting his gut over data, which frequently led to clashes with Brennan. Boreanaz did a great job handling Booth's struggles, including a tough battle with a gambling habit and the painful memories of his military service. He kept that natural charm that made the romantic spark with Brennan so fun to watch. One of his most intense stories involved being taken by the gravedigger and buried alive in a sunken ship. A terrifying ordeal that forced him to think about death while waiting for his teammates to come save his life. In reality, Boreanaz was already a huge name across the globe long before Bones, having played the dark vampire with a heart, Angel, in the massive cult hit television, classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and his own very successful spin-off show. Angel, as the son of the famous Philadelphia weather reporter named Dave Roberts. He grew up around the industry, but made his own name, eventually turning into a very busy producer and director on Bones, even directing that landmark 100th episode. Among many other great chapters, once the long series finally wrapped up, he moved immediately into a fresh lead role as the tough Master Chief, special warfare soldier Jason Hayes in the high-energy and gritty military drama titled SEAL Team, showing off his physical strength and natural leading skills. David Boreanaz is currently 56 years old and lives in the Hidden Hills area, keeping up a very successful career that has seen him lead major primetime television series consistently for almost 30 years without taking any break. The actress Emily Erin Deschanel, born on October 11th in 1976 in Los Angeles, California, delivered her most iconic, career-defining performance as the genius but often socially awkward expert on Bones. Dr. Temperance Bones Brennan in that long-running and very successful Fox network crime drama. She first began starring in the series when she was only 29 years old. Inspired loosely by the real life and novels of the forensic scientist Kathy Reichs, her character remains the top scientific expert working at the fictional Jeffersonian Institute. deep inside that iconic District of Columbia forensic facility. Her character lived by logic. This purely scientific perspective often clashed with raw intuition in ways both hilarious and heartbreaking. That instinctual approach was championed by her partner, the dedicated Federal Bureau of Investigation agent. Across 12 unforgettable years of television, fans saw her character's truly beautiful evolution. She began as a distant academic who struggled to grasp simple jokes or popular culture. Eventually, she blossomed into a deeply compassionate mother who embraced her family life fully. All this while uncovering dark secrets hidden within ancient bones. Her masterful performance was truly defined by that undeniable spark she shared with her co-star, David Boreanaz. We all remember those years of slow-burning romance that finally culminated in a beautiful marriage. Their union finally gave fans the closure for one of the longest romantic teases ever. A monumental high point arrived when she shared those deeply moving promises at the altar. Back in the 9th season, she found the right words to unite her logical brain with her spirit. She finally connected her intellect with her heart. Off camera. She belongs to a legendary film family, coming from Hollywood royalty. She is the gifted child of an Academy Award-nominated expert. Her parents, Caleb and Mary Jo, are both established industry veterans. She also shares a spotlight with famous sister Zooey. As a dedicated plant-based lifestyle advocate, a champion for animal safety, she stepped behind the scenes as a leading series producer. She ensured every one of those 246 chapters remained top-tier, high-quality television. After the show, she showcased her versatile talents, playing a cryptic mental health expert, playing Suzanne Mathis within that dark Netflix limited series set in the state of Ohio. She also played Angela. Today, the actress has reached the age of 49. She calls Los Angeles home, continuing to fight for the world's many voiceless creatures. She campaigns for creature protection while staying busy with various new projects in her career. Born in Pennsylvania during June of 1978, Michaela brought a special kind of light. She infused her performance with a rare mix of creativity, kindness, and emotional insight. We recall her as the spirited artist on that hit forensic investigation drama series. She first stepped into those shoes when she was just 27 years of age. As the team's expert in reconstructing lost faces, she utilized her incredible artistic giftings. She operated that high-tech Angelator imaging system to restore dignity and identity to the forgotten victims. She gave a human voice to the silent remains others saw only as cold puzzles, acting as a vital emotional bridge. She was the loyal confidant to the main protagonist. For Dr. Brennan, she acted as a guide through her many confusing social interactions. She taught the scientist how to navigate the messy reality of human feelings throughout. Her journey was remarkable, growing from a bohemian artist into a vital team cornerstone. Initially, she felt nervous about the gore, yet she evolved into a truly fundamental, vital team member. Joining that tight-knit group, she eventually found a soulmate in the bug-obsessed scientist, Jack Hodgins. Their love story became a secondary heart of the series. Weathering every storm and separation, from a wedding behind bars to life-altering injuries, she proved her immense acting range. She balanced heavy drama with her signature witty and playful energy. A favorite memory is that classic holiday episode spent locked in the laboratory. She rallied everyone together to solve the mystery while stuck inside during the long winter break. Proud of her mixed heritage, this actress spent years perfecting her skills in New York City. She refined her talents at the world-famous Performing Arts School in New York University. Eventually, she headed west to find stardom. While that long-running crime show is her legacy, she has moved into various different storytelling formats with great success. Looking back, she played the sharp-eyed journalist Sarah Nguyen in that hit drama Yellowstone. She also played Heidi Sobel in that popular and gritty courtroom drama called The Lincoln Lawyer. Her work on the show Bones earned her a prestigious Asian Excellence Award nomination. That Best Supporting Actress nod proved her major impact on diverse television representation. Michaela Conlon is 47 now and resides in the bright city of Los Angeles, California. She keeps busy in the industry, taking on roles in both movies and television. She raises her family far away from the prying eyes of the Hollywood paparazzi. The talented Tamara Taylor was born September 27, 1970. In the city of Toronto, she truly owned every scene as the authoritative Dr. Camille Soroyan on the show Bones. She joined the main cast during the second season of that very popular television series. She was exactly 36 years old when she first began starring in that famous series, a former coroner. She ran the forensic wing at the famous and prestigious Jeffersonian Institute. Cam started as a strict boss to the team's many wild and brilliant minds. She valued legal protocols and evidence chains over the team's simple scientific curiosity levels. However, she soon became the caring mother figure for the entire quirky Squint squad. She managed their weird habits with dry wit and a very deep sense of loyalty. Her story grew when she adopted Michelle, the young daughter of a past flame. That adoption plot let Tamara show her range in many tender and highly emotional scenes. She handled family drama just as well as those dark and procedural crime scenes. Her love story led her to marry the very kind and sophisticated intern, Erasto Vaziri. The couple finally ended up in Mississippi raising 3 foster children in a happy home. In her real life, Tamara actually left school early to chase a career modeling. She worked in France before she decided to focus her energy on the acting world. After Bones, she took on much grittier and more intense roles on television series. She played the villain Angela Wheatley in the show Law and Order: Organized Crime. She was also the cunning Umu Prescott in the sci-fi series known as Altered Carbon. Today, Tamara is 55 and lives in the city of Los Angeles, California state. She still brings her powerful acting skills to many unique and different television shows. Thomas J. Thine was born May 7, 1975, in the city of Boston, Massachusetts. He played the quirky, brilliant scientist who always had a rubber band ready to snap. As bug expert Jack Hodgins on Bones, he became a massive fan favorite for many. He was exactly 30 years old when he started playing that famous scientist role. The self-named king of the lab was an expert in spores, minerals, and bugs. He used maggot growth cycles to find the exact time of death for victims. Early on, we learned the conspiracy-loving scientist was hiding a very big secret life. He was the only heir to the multi-billion-dollar fortune of the Cantilever Group. He hid his money because he wanted respect for his brains, not his wealth. Jack had a huge journey, turning from a cynical theorist into a devoted family father. He became a devoted husband to Angela Montenegro and a very loving father too. A tragic event in the 11th season changed his life forever after it occurred. A bomb at a scene left him unable to use his legs ever again. Thine gave raw and painful performances during that dark and emotional story arc. He showed the anger before finally accepting it. He lived life in a wheelchair, away from the cameras. D. J. Thine actually refined his skills at the U. Anyone. C. School of Dramatic Arts. He started on the theater stage before making his way onto the big screen. While Bones was his main gig, he holds a special place in pop culture. Most folks recognize him for playing Stu Lu, who in that famous holiday movie, he appeared in How the Grinch Stole Christmas back in the year 2000. He also delivered a heart-wrenching performance as Hugh Newman in the film Validation. He played a parking worker who gave out free praise in that winning show. Today, the T.R.J. Thine is 50 years old and lives in Los Angeles, California. He still acts while pushing for better accessibility across the whole entertainment industry. John Francis Daly arrived on July 20th, 1985, in Wheeling, Illinois. He gave Dr. Lance Sweets a unique blend of youthful spirit and deep insight, joining in Season 3. He was only 22 when he first started. The Bureau originally sent him to manage the messy partnership between Booth and Brennan. That young shrink was often mocked for his baby face, but became essential. He acted as the group's emotional core while tracking down very dangerous killers. He often helped the stoic Booth and literal Brennan handle their tangled feelings. His time there ended in one of the most painful moments in television history. It happened during the season 10 opener, while probing a huge conspiracy within FBI. Sweets was fatally attacked in a garage and died right there in Booth's arms. His final words: "The world is better than you think. Still stick with us." He spoke those words as a final sign of hope to his close friends. Long before that, Daly was a famous young star known for playing Sam Weir. He was in the cult classic Freaks and Geeks before switching to making movies. He eventually walked away from the show to build a huge career behind cameras. Now, he is a major Hollywood power player and a very successful director. He helped write massive blockbuster hits like the movie Spider-Man: Homecoming. He also directed the acclaimed fantasy film Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. John Francis Daly is 40 years old today and lives in Los Angeles, California. He juggles being a top screenwriter and director with the busy life of a dad. John H. Boyd was born on October 22, 1981, in New York. He stepped into a very tough spot with plenty of charm and confidence. He portrayed Agent James Aubrey during the final 3 seasons of the long show. He joined in 2014 and stayed with the series until the end. He was 33 years old when he arrived to help fill that void. That hole was left behind by the very sad death of Dr. Lance Sweets. Boyd's character won over fans quickly with his very sharp wit and skills. We all remember the joke about his massive appetite and his fast metabolism. Unlike others, Aubrey brought a nice sense of cynical humor to the team. It eventually came out that his dad was actually a very famous crook. His father ran away, leaving Aubrey and his mother with no money. This history helped him bond with Booth, who had his own father issues. His character was key in the final stories, especially when it came to Booth. He helped uncover the Bureau conspiracy during those final high-stakes episodes. He also had a sweet romance with intern Jessica Warren in the later years. In his personal life, Boyd comes from a whole family of talented actors. Veteran supporting player Guy Boyd is actually this man's biological father. Prior to joining that Jeffersonian crew, he was widely recognized as technical drone analyst Arlo Glass. During that 8th cycle of the Pulse Pounding, intense thriller 24, after those Bones years, he moved smoothly into another major lead crime drama role, nowadays portraying that Ivy League-educated field agent Stuart Scola in Dick Wolf's vast FBI story. A character that finds him crossing between the show's FBI and FBI Most Wanted, and also FBI International. John Boyd is currently 44 years old and lives in New York, where he still films on location for the whole FBI universe. Eric Milligan entered the world on August 25th, 1974, in the town of Hackettstown, New Jersey, and gave a truly gut-wrenching, layered portrayal of that genius but socially awkward forensic anthropology lab student. He played Dr. Zach Addy in the procedural drama Bones, starting in the hit series when he was only 31, first appearing as Dr. Brennan's favorite star pupil. He was the only lab assistant who was capable of keeping up with her formidable intellect. Zach was a prodigy whose very literal interpretation of the entire world provides so much of the show's funny early humor. His character's journey takes a shocking and tragic turn in the season 3 finale, where it is finally revealed that his deep need for logic and validation made him very easy to manipulate for that scary cannibalistic serial killer commonly known as the Gormagon, in a twist that shocked the entire fan base. Zach is revealed as the killer's young apprentice, having committed a murder to balance out the master's cold logic, leading to his long institutionalization in a psychiatric facility for the criminally insane. Despite his exit from the main cast, Milligan returned during those later seasons, ending in a redemption arc during the final season where the whole team finally proves his innocence regarding the actual murder, allowing him to finish his long sentence with true dignity. Outside of acting, Milligan is a very powerful vocalist with a deep background in musical theater. a talent the showrunners utilized for that The Man in the Fallout Shelter episode, where he sang the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas before television. He really dazzled audiences on Broadway, most notably as the Apostle Simon Zelotes in the 2000 revival for Jesus Christ Superstar. He also starred as Ed Simone in that internet-themed indie film known as Online, a very open advocate for mental health awareness. He has shared the personal story of his own struggle with that bipolar condition. Eric Milligan is currently 51 years old and now lives in New York City. New York, where he remains quite active in the local theater community. Michael Grant Terry. Born on August 30th, 1983, in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Gave one of the most emotionally resonant performances in Bones as that friendly and very hardworking lab intern, Wendell Bray, joining their rotation at the Jeffersonian Institute. Back when he was only 25 years old, unlike the other interns who were often defined by their weird eccentricity or wealth, Wendell was always characterized as the relatable everyman, a scholarship student coming from a tough working-class background who played ice hockey with Agent Booth and struggled to pay his monthly bills. This grounded nature made him a real fan favorite and led to a romantic relationship with Angela Montenegro early,